music is real talk.
Yo, we here on this special edition of Seattle Music is Real Talk. It's your boy Mari Bass One. You know I had to come behind the camera for the one time, you dig. And today I got a very special guest, my brother from another mother, the originator and founder of Fremont Fridays, the front man of the martial law band here in Seattle, my boy Marshall Hugh. What's going on, Marshall?
What's poppin', man? Thank you for having me. I feel like this is long overdue. So,
oh yeah, very long overdue. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we finally got you on the pod. You know, we're gonna have a real great conversation, and we're gonna get straight into it. So, Marshall, why don't you tell my audience, for the ones who's chimed in, and for the ones who do know and don't know out there, who you are? Introduce yourself for me.
Yeah, my name is Marshall Hugh. I'm from the North End. I went to O'Day High School, and I've just been building community, helping build culture right here in Seattle. I played basketball and football, and those things really anchored who I am, like as a person and the type of discipline I have. And I try to carry over a lot of that, point guard style, safety style into, what I do here in Seattle and in the community. And then I just make music that, tries to inspire your mind and, really spread love. That's really my main mission on this earth, I feel like, is to make people realize the type of power they have within themselves. And if my art and my events and leadership can do that, then that's what gives my life purpose. So I think overall, I'm just like an artist and a try to be a leader as much as I can be.
Okay. I didn't know you went to O'Day.
Yes. What are you, a beach guy? What's going on? Metro?
I went to Chief Sealth.
Oh, okay. Still, it used to be kind of in the same division as us.
Right. So I heard you say, you know, music is your passion. That's your front runner. You know, I want to deep dive into that before we go into everything else. So when did you start making music, and like what inspired you to even get into it?
Yeah, I've always been like a orator. Like I would be the person that made the speeches in the class and those type of things. And I was drawn by music probably by both my mom and my dad from different backgrounds. My mom kind of more of like the Eagles, classic rock type thing. And my dad was huge into funk, James Brown, George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. That's actually how I got the name Martial Law Band.
Okay.
And then I would kind of dip and dabble. I remember like me and my sister wrote a rap probably in middle school at some point. In high school is when like I started freestyling and like getting on the track for the first time. And then, after my senior year basketball season ended, I remember like getting on my a track for like the first time where I'm like sitting down, writing, trying to balance, metaphors and put meaning into it. And then once I got to school out in Pittsburgh, I had a roommate who was a rapper and his brother was a rapper. He brought a microphone, and as soon as he was like, bro, cause I'd always freestyle at parties. He's like, bro, you got to take this serious. And as soon as that happened, it was over for me, bro. I just started writing all the time.
So pretty much you started off just dibbling dabbling.
Yeah.
From the inspirations and the stuff that was pretty much in your face and what was showed to you. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, like sports was my main, like, time consumer and my main passion and my main outlet. And then once I got to college, like, I went to a school called Carnegie Mellon out in Pittsburgh. Okay. And, like, it was more an academic school than it was a sports school. So it was the first time that, like, I played in, like, a game and there's, like, 200 people in the stands and people didn't really care. Right. And so I kind of lost my passion for doing sports, but at the exact same time, my passion for creating and rapping started. And that was the same feel and adrenaline that I used to get from sports. And then as soon as that happened, I never stopped.
You caught whiff of that feeling.
Yeah.
You caught whiff of that feeling. He said, nah, I like this.
Yeah. I've been chasing the dragon ever since.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you started off just as a rapper first, and then I'm guessing as time went on, what brought you into the psychedelic band stuff, or as I would say, like, what brought the band together? Yeah. But I know that's probably completely different, but I still want to focus on your solo stuff. But what made you transition? Cause you say rap, right? What made you transition from rap to going in the direction where you're at right now?
Yeah, I think that the main thing was when I first started rapping because it wasn't something like I necessarily grew up doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was more so emulating my favorites because I was obsessed. This is like during like the Dat Piff era and everything. So like I'm tapped
Dat
into,
Piff.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm tapped into all the Wiz releases, all the Nipsey releases, Mac Miller, Currency, Big Crit, Smoke DZA, like that era. I'm downloading those tapes, skipping school to listen to them. And so I was so obsessed with almost like the blog era and being a blog era type consumer that I feel like I emulated a lot of what I was experiencing because I was so excited to experience it. And then as I continue to go down my path and actually like perform shows, I started to find my own voice and I realized like, all right, I'm not rapping like 2 Chainz or like as when I first found him, he's called Titty Boy. Like I'm not rapping like Tit.
Yeah.
I need to rap like Marshall.
Right.
And that started changing my delivery and the format, and I started dabbling in like more melodic stuff and singing in different genres. And so I went to school for 2 years. Then I got an internship at Cube 93. I moved back home. I was like, nah, I'm not going back. Like this is what I'm going to do. And my parents like, well, you can't live here if you're going to do that. So they kicked me out the crib. I got a random apartment in U District, and I had 5 different random roommates. And one of my roommates that I'd never met before happened to be Marty, my saxophone player. And then he invited me to a jam that he was having and had me come rap over his band.
Gotcha.
And 3 of our 5 members were there that night. And that's how I introduced myself to the band. That's how I was like, oh, this is the feeling. This is how I can really communicate what I'm trying to get off. Like through live instrumentation, people were more receptive towards my delivery and my style and my lyrical content. And that's how it started.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm lucky, bro. The universe is plugged.
What's crazy, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You know, I met you, 2021 Fremont Friday. You know, I came out there and did my thing, 2021. And I thought you was just straight band. You know, I'm not really familiar with a lot of bands, you know? So that was like my first taste of like up close and personal, like, okay, this is how he gets down. This is what they do, you know, just coming around. But I didn't know that you started off with the melodic rap.
Yeah.
I
was popping it. I had a song called Yoga Pants, man. The real ones know, bro. I was
still out there?
Nah, it's probably, someone might have it. I'm sure one of my like good friends is going to like pull it out on my wedding day or something like that.
But we can't go online and pull up
I don't think
Marshall
you
Hugh Yoga Pants.
Nah. You can't chase that down. You could probably chase down, the Mill Creek album that, was recorded with, a person named, Seth McDonald, who's like a pretty well-known engineer out here. He like recorded my first like solo project, and that was very sample heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what lent itself to the band. I was already, by then I was starting to storytell, starting to incorporate, like basically all positive messaging, starting to really find like who I was as an artist. And then, you know, once I linked up with the band, that really changed the trajectory of everything. But I will tell you one thing that's kind of wild. When I first got with the band, they took me to a place called Mojam Mondays, which is
right there at the Nectar.
Yeah. So it's a jam that happens every Monday. And that was the first time that I saw musicians working in a collaborative way. Ever since then, I had only been in the hip hop sphere, and I've always been an outsider. So I never felt any sort of like real like community or camaraderie or like, here, come here. Like, I'm going to show you the way. Then
you was just doing it on your own.
Pretty much.
And finding out that it's not all sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to go walk the walk and, you know, make your own lane. And
even if you ripped, it's not like you came off stage and every rapper that was in the crowd was like, oh, good shit, bro. Good shit. Da, da, da. You know, they might think it's filthy, but they'll just mug you.
Right.
Because they don't know you, and I'm new to the scene.
And especially if you're rapping in front of other artists.
You know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
You know how it goes.
Some artists will give you your props, but then some, you know, that's just the rapper mentality or the artist mentality. And there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just what happens. Like, You just got to just soak it up and take it for
Exactly.
what it is.
And I was used to it from like an athlete's perspective. Same thing. Like I might see a hooper like go for 30 and I might be like, oh, he's not that nice. You know what I mean? Like, boy, just went for 30. So, when I went to Mojams, I remember this distinctly. My bass player got off the stage and another bass player went up to him and was like, yo, that was so sick when you played this lick. And, what type of bass are you playing? Is that like a 6-string Elric? That's crazy. I'm like, whoa. Like, they're not in competition with each other. They're actually
giving the props
and sharing tricks of the trade. And it doesn't feel like a competitive type thing. It feels like a collaborative type thing. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to build through my music, is a community that represents that. And, fast forward, I think Fremont Friday is one of the contributors to that type of ecosystem that we have here in Seattle. For sure.
Most definitely. Fremont Friday. That's the place to be for that circuit during the summertime. You know what I'm saying? And while we're on Fremont Fridays, how about you tell my audience where it originated from? What made you come up with Fremont Fridays, and just let the people know all about it?
Yeah. So it picks up within the same sequence, because once we got together as a band, now I'm thinking like, yo, how do I play Numos? How do I play the Crocodile? Like, how do I get into these bigger venues? I'm trying to rock those, and just hitting their booking email was not working. And so I'm like, wait, what if I create events and then have the band headline the event?
Right.
So I started with this one event called Culture Fest that had like spoken word vendors, and then martial law band headlined at the Dozer Warehouse, Beacon Hill.
Okay.
Then, after that, we like developed Splash Fest, and we had like Spring Ween. So we were like cycling through a lot of different things. And then COVID hit, and we were trying to figure out how we're going to promote our album, but we couldn't host shows out inside. So we bought a parade float, tied it to the back of Matt's truck, drove it around playing music for everybody all around the city.
When I first saw that, I was like, nah, they know what they doing. They figured out the promo game. You guys got out there and guerrilla marketed.
Yeah.
You guys put it in everyone's face. And that's the one thing I respect about you guys, is because you guys understand what it means to hit the streets.
For sure.
Hit that pavement and let folks know we are here. This is who we are. And you guys aren't scared.
Yeah.
Cause it reminded me of me.
Off top, for sure.
Like,
that's why I think we're like our kindred spirits in that sense, and we respect each other because we hustle.
The hustle never stops, bro. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for so long, and I've been through the ups and downs, so I completely understand it. So when I met you guys in 2021 and I'm just seeing everything, I'm like, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing on the same type of level, but you guys are just in a whole different genre.
Yeah.
You guys aren't doing rap.
Yeah.
You guys are a band.
Off top.
In a whole different genre. Like, that inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, bro.
So I just want to give y'all your flowers with that, too.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, G.
Give you guys your flowers with that, because
I appreciate that.
You guys are the only band that I've seen from here personally that you created your own movement. You guys started from ground zero, built the shit from the mud to where it is now. You know what I'm saying? And I know you guys dealt with all the criticism, he's favoritism, they think they're doing that, but at the end of the day, you guys kept going, and that's what it's all about. You know?
And I think that guerrilla marketing style came from me being an intern at Cube 93. Cause they used to send me out to go flyer. I'd volunteer so I could hit the corner chief real quick. I'd be out there, putting them up everywhere. And I'm like, wait, I'm doing this for Cube 93. Why am I not doing this for my own music? And so that's where that I got to put it in their face came from.
Right.
And then, basically we pulled up in that LTD parking lot. We had already thrown an event there before COVID called Splash Fest. And we just started playing there, and it was like moths to a flame. People just started coming off the street and showing up. And we would just show up every single Friday. Didn't have a name for it or anything.
You guys were just doing it.
It was just doing it.
Just literally doing it.
Every Friday, this is where we were at. And so we started inviting other bands to come jam with us. We told Mediums Collective, bro, come out here and vend, set up your tents and stuff. Then they started bringing other vendors. And then it just turned into a formal thing.
You saw the bigger picture. Yeah. You started seeing the bigger picture of what you started and what you guys were doing. And you knew no one's about to hand this to us.
No, of course not.
This ain't
not how it goes.
No one's about to hand this to us. Nothing's free. And if we don't get out there and push it ourselves, it ain't going to happen.
Absolutely.
And then you took the knowledge from interning at Q93. It said, you know what? Why, if I can do it for them, I can most definitely do it for myself and for the band and for the rest of us. Well, why not?
Yep. That's exactly how it went down. And then the vision has just grown from like the one parking lot to now multiple stages, getting all age stage involved, building towards comedy and film festivals and panels and discussion. And, even working with like a brand like Zoomies, like that's a dream come true for me to actually have a national reputable brand acknowledge what we're doing here in the city from, like you said, a trailer that's built out of wood that we took all the way to West Seattle, Duval, Mill Creek and back. And out of that, now we got a national brand like Zoomies, like stamping it and saying like, nah, this is something that we would want to be a part of.
Right.
So it's a blessing, but it definitely, I think, like, as well as anybody, it wasn't something that was like, here. It's like, no, we had to snatch it.
Most definitely. You had to go grab it. You had to go take it.
Yeah.
This is mine. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen overnight.
That, and I think another point is like, because I'm like lead with love and that type of thing, I think, and because I'm not looking to have competition in an adversarial way, that doesn't change the fact that I am a competitor by nature.
Right.
So I'm still competitive,
Most
but
definitely.
it's not going to drive me to tear down somebody else as a result of my competitiveness.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? But I'll get after it with the best of them.
Oh yeah, you gonna grind. You about to get out there and put that work in.
Yeah.
But I like your humbleness though, it reminds me of me too.
Mm-hmm.
I can say the same thing. I get out there, I get after it. I do so much amazing shit. But I don't brag about it. I don't try to flaunt it. I don't boast about it. It's like I just go handle business and let the work talk for itself. And that's what I like about y'all, man.
Yeah.
You guys really get out there and get it in. You guys were at the Seattle Center.
Yeah, for sure.
This past summer.
Pull it right up on it.
Yeah.
The security was tripping on us and stuff. We just powered through like 3 songs, got up out of there.
No, you guys put a stage out there too.
Oh yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, with
the Folklife Festival. Yeah.
So things like that are happening where collaborations with city staples are acknowledging us as culture curators, and that feels good,
Yeah.
Like March 27th, we're working with the Seattle Art Museum to curate their main stage for this party they throw called Sam Remix. And it's like in the Seattle Art Museum. And it's just like
dope.
a full circle moment because I went to that party. I was like, oh, this is a fire ass party. And then one day I opened up my email and like, hey, Fremont Fridays, would you be interested in curating the main stage at this party? And it's like, okay, see, now the work is starting to compound.
Right. You're starting to see it's starting to work for itself now.
Exactly.
Because everybody's recognizing that Fremont Friday brand and what you guys did and the work y'all put in to stamp that. Hey, bro. Look, I just keep smiling because I've seen it up close and personal, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just dope, bro. Like, for real.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
We're going to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give me your true feelings about the Seattle music scene.
Yeah, I think if you would have asked me this maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I would have given you a lot different of an answer.
Okay.
I truly think right now we're moving how we're supposed to move.
Most definitely.
I think things are looking way up. I think we have leaders in every single genre that are not only talented, but they're also have output, and they have infrastructure. So I'm seeing people like, whether it be Oblay, Reed, or Yanni and those guys really pushing it. And then I'm seeing like other bands that are cooking on the side. I just got hip to like this band Zukrot, and they're some of the best live performers I've ever seen with energy, and they got the city backing them, and they're starting to build infrastructure and showing love. We have institutions like Sonic Guild, For Culture, Arts, like Seattle Arts and something like A&R or whatever, that they've changed their barriers for application processes, and the grants are like pretty straightforward to apply for. You can actually apply for them, and they are giving money to communities. So like these are things that were not happening before COVID, to my knowledge at least. Right after COVID, those things seemed like inaccessible. So there are a lot of things that I wish I could change, but because it is so improved to where it used to be, I really can't complain, bro.
And I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah.
You know, the Seattle music scene has grown a lot. I can only speak from where I started, you know, too. 2016.
Yeah.
Seattle music scene's grown, you know, and I don't know about you, but since I'm in it, I have to keep my ears and eyes to the streets of what's hot and what's not, who's coming up, who's doing this and doing that, you know what I'm saying? And most definitely our music scene done.
It's up there.
That motherfucker just went. It's been
going
up
crazy, you know?
because what's so dope and unique. We have so much different flavor from all the sectors around, and I'm gonna just say King County just to minimize it, right? But then we got people from Tacoma getting it in,
absolutely.
from the east side getting it in,
Totally.
all the way up north. And
Sure.
to be honest with you, I didn't know much about bands until I came across you guys. And that's just the honest truth, you know?
Yeah.
But ever since I came across y'all and we started the Seattle Music is Real platform, I expand outside of my circumference of just rap.
And that's, I feel like that type of inner scene camaraderie and cross pollination is why we're starting to get to where we're getting to.
Correct.
If you think about like when hip hop first came out in New York, it was the punk scene that embraced it first. And so there'd be hip hop and punk bills together.
Yep.
And then that exposed the white kids to hip hop. And then that's when hip hop became the biggest most dominant music genre and culture builder.
Right.
So I think we as leaders in the community and a ton of other people have put in the work to cross pollinate, and we are moving as like a unified front, at least from an outsider perspective. We're always going to have little tiffs and schisms and beefs, and that's natural.
That's super natural.
I think from an outside perspective, if someone wants to go looking for Seattle music scene, all they got to do is get on Google and get hip. And
literally just gotta get on Google and just type in Seattle music.
I'm telling you, it's there.
It's there. It's just there. Everything's gonna pop up. So
I'm encouraged. I'm optimistic and I'm encouraged.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. And you see it front hand just like I see it because your platform incorporates every genre. Not just the band stuff, not just the psychedelic type of music. You let rappers get on your stage. The alternative genres get on your stage. Like you've had Latin nights. You've had super hardcore rock metal bands. You know what I'm saying? You've had it all. So you understand crossing everything together.
We got ciphers, you know what I mean? Like what other festivals got like open ciphers, you know? And I think it's just important because that is my roots. That is where I come from. And I feel like it's not even that I've evolved. I just switched to a different space, but that's always going to be at my core. And I'm a huge hip hop fan. And, you know, especially in Seattle, oftentimes hip hop gets bullied out of it because it's not as palatable to our vast majority, which is a lot of white people here in Seattle. Right. So we need people like you and myself that go out of their way to say like, no, everyone's welcome here, but hip hop is going to be a driving element in here as well.
But you have an advantage though. You know why, right? You're in a band.
I'm in a band. That's why I can get booked to play a Amazon corporate gig if I need some bread and stuff.
Since you're in a band, you get all the upper echelon privileges.
It's true.
And that's the best way to put it.
It's true. It's the musicality is a gateway to opening up people's ears to, you know, I mean, I've been in a lot of different situations where it's like, well, I wasn't really sure about rap, but once I heard it with you, like, I actually was hearing what you're saying and you were talking about some real shit. Like, yeah, everybody is. You just got to learn how to listen.
But if we really want to be honest, it's because of our skin tone.
That definitely has something to do with it for surely.
A lot of these venues don't want to rap in their buildings.
They don't.
I personally had the experience, so
Yeah.
I get it and understand.
Yep.
You know, all these major venues around here don't want the local black independent artists in their building.
They don't.
But since you're in a band, you have I'm gonna say it again, the upper echelon advantage of getting booked places. You know, I went to your show at the Nectar
Yep.
a couple years ago. I was there.
I think you're at the Numo show too. Yeah.
No, yeah. And I was at the Numo show. I came
I appreciate you
to support and see it because I'm just like, man, you're doing it. You figured it out. But that's just an example of what I mean by like the band representation. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I personally don't take it personal. It just tells me we got to just keep working.
It's just another obstacle to get over.
And just keep moving harder.
And like for me, I'm like, I feel obligated to kick down these doors and then bring the people with me. And like, you know, knock on wood, like Fremont Friday is a testament towards incorporating hip hop and having it be still a safe, fun loving, amazing place.
Oh, most
you know what I mean? Like we haven't had no type of real issues. We've had everybody come.
I haven't heard no riffraff come from y'all events ever.
People go, they know it's a safe zone, dog. They know that if you go up there, we're trying to build something special. And if you're going to be the one to let your emotions get the better of you and ruin this situation, now we have no festivals that are booking hip hop artists. So at least right now you got me and a handful of other people making moves and bull guarding it. But I just seen the Capitol Hill Block Party lineup release. Like,
oh, that came out already?
I don't think I've seen a hip hop artist on it, bro. I seen Tezza. She can rap. She's super fire. She got a band and stuff too, but I don't think I've seen one local or hip hop artist on there. I might be wrong, but I didn't stand out there.
I really don't have no comment because I didn't see it yet. So I'm not going to really touch too much on that, but I know in the past, some of these festival lineups here in Seattle would be cheeks.
They're not incorporating the stuff that we would like to see. I'd say that.
I would say they're not incorporating no local talent.
And the ones they are
congratulations.
Palatable. Yeah.
I mean, I just say congratulations because you did it.
That's fair.
I don't knock nobody.
Yeah.
But when I say fault. It's not, but when I say cheeks, I mean, I feel like these places don't do their due diligence and go out and get the folks who are really working, like a martial law band, me for my, Mari Base One, myself, and a few others. But at the end of the day, you know what I get though? It's business.
And I know for me, like I have gotten those looks before. I've been on those bills and I've not been off those bills. I don't take it personally by any means and if I get those opportunities, I will go there and perform.
Most definitely.
I will just say as a person that is attempting to build my festival brand to the level of which these people are at and make it something that is like on the level of Bumbershoot, the fact that they don't intentionally book as many black or hip hop artists as they could, in my opinion, is a little bit of an eyebrow raiser, and it does bother me. But they're not obligated to.
Oh, most
it's their business, how they want to run it. I respect it, but I would still wish to see more black hip hop artists on these bills from Seattle. That's just my opinion.
I'm glad you say that, right? Because speaking from the past, years ago, I probably would have been like, oh, they're just hella weak, have my own opinion. But as I grew in this business, and I know I said sometimes the lineup be cheeks. I know I said that. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking from a person who didn't understand at first, but now I understand the business and I understand that it's all part of your marketing team. It's all part of your team, period. You know what I'm saying? Who's representing you, or it's know someone who knows somebody, shaking hands, rubbing shoulders with folks. So I understand and get that,
Yeah, and watch if they book all lineup and then nobody buys the tickets, then they'll be looking at me like, "Oh, I thought you told me to book these people."
No, that's true too.
It's definitely not as easy as book this black hip hop artist and all of a sudden they're going to blow up and be successful. It's just not how it is. It's not how it is.
Right. Tell me something. What's the craziest excuse somebody gave you for not paying you or showing up to a studio or sending a verse or, trying to get on Fremont Friday? What's the craziest excuse you've gotten?
I think the craziest thing I get is when someone says, "Well, oh, well, you owe me this," or like, just like an entitled approach where I'm like, I never come at people like they owe me anything. And for someone to think that I owe them when I know that I've done all this literally with me and my band riding on the back of a freaking wood trailer is like, nah, I know for a fact I really don't owe nobody anything. I can choose to support somebody for surely, but I know that if every infrastructure around me currently left, I would still go get on that jelly bean and get it out the dirt. You owe me type attitude is my biggest, I guess, turn off when it comes to collaboration. It's like, I don't owe nobody anything. So it's more of like a value trade, I guess, is the next step between that. Cause I've rocked many a shows for free, bro. And the band's rocked many a shows for free. Do you know how many shows I've rocked? You know how many times I show up, host an event for free? You know how many times I do a free ball Friday for free? I still do it for, come on, bro. So
folks don't even understand.
It's not the money. It's the principle.
That's the principle and the groundwork you got to put in.
Yeah.
And you put in the work.
But I'll still show up. Like, you know, if someone legitimately doesn't have money, I'll figure something out. I will still to this day figure something out for somebody.
But that's if you want to do it.
If I want to. I'm not obligated to ever do that.
No, you're not.
But sometimes I choose to do that because it's somebody I believe in or somebody I want to encourage.
Right. That makes sense.
Or it's a good ass look. You know, some people say like, "Oh, never do an exposure gig." It's like,
hey,
that's your opinion, but I have done many exposure gigs and I've parlayed those into paid gigs. For sure.
You hustled. You figured it out. You maneuvered the puzzle. So
factoids.
And you put it all together.
Factoids.
Tell me this. If your band persona had a 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would it be? And how fast would you get fired or promoted?
Man, we'd probably just be bud sellers, boy. Bud tenders. You feel me? People pull up on us, have a
Matt
good
like
time.
the chief.
That's what I'm saying.
That boy Matt smoking it.
So yeah, people come to us to feel good. People come to us for inspiration.
Yeah.
We got something they want.
Yeah.
And depending on how cool our boss is, we're actually pretty punctual people, so I think we'd be good bud tenders.
I can see that for sure. Yeah. And I can see Matt right there in the front.
He'd be the manager, yeah. I'd be the bud tender. Matt would be handling the farm somewhere.
Just what you say?
Hey, shout out Matt, and I will say Matt is the. A lot of people complain about their drummers not being organized, and drummers and bass players are notorious like skeezers, bro. Like they're the last ones to show up. Matt is the best bandmate and business partner I could have ever asked for, and that guy goes 50-50 with me, and I couldn't do what I do without a person like Matt, like going back to back with me and clearing space out. So I'm also lucky in that regard. Like I got a band member that's goes 50-50 with me.
Hell you know? Shout out Matt. You know,
shout out Matt, bro. The hospitality.
Shout out everybody else on the martial law band. You know,
factoids. Hey. Marty, Mercy, Evan, man, we love y'all. J-Mo the Bird, Tane, you know what I mean? Everybody, Josh Richens, everybody affiliated, like they've put in their sweat equity for sure.
Oh, most definitely. And you know it's crazy. Ever since I met Matt, though, always show me love.
He's a good dude, ain't he?
Don't matter where we're at, what it is, I'll run into him. It's not even on music.
Yeah.
Mari, what's up, bro? Da, 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 da. You trying to smoke? You know I'm trying to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's a good fella,
That's who he is, man. Yeah. The craziest, we were down in L.A., and we were like at this Grammy party where like we got invited to like be on the guest list, but it was such a crazy party that everybody was on the guest list. Right. So it's kind of that point where it's like, you know how people try to like bully their way into the line? I'm just like, man, that's not really my vibe. I'm about to go home. Matt's like, hold on. He just lights up a doobie in the line. And because his weed was so fire, bro, 5 minutes later, they just let us in. I swear to God.
He said, hey, you over there with that loud? Come on.
Dog, off the straight, bro. We were on the guest list, but off the straight, they let us in, bro.
I believe it.
Matt's a legend.
And I know you guys as a band, you guys toured all over the country. You guys went overseas. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think, there's nothing like tour because you get to forget about the rest of your life. You know, I coach basketball, I run these festivals and stuff. It's like I forgot about all that, and for 14 straight days, it was me and my best friends in a stinky van going from city to city doing what we love. So some shows were sick, some shows weren't so sick, but at the end of the day, it was such a life-altering experience and something that just changed my life, and I crave going. I'd say the overseas tour, very similar, but even crazier because we went to like Italy and some people didn't even speak English, but they could feel what was being like transmuted through the vibrations of music.
The universal sonically sound.
Exactly.
That's sonically.
That Puget sound, bro.
That part. Yeah.
And so touring overseas woke me up like, hey, there's a market for music everywhere, and you got to go and get it, and you don't even have to speak the same language as somebody, and they can understand you as a person. So, yeah, I think touring overseas was what made me believe even harder about what it is that we're all doing here.
Hey, that's dope, bro. I remember seeing you guys going overseas, too, and I was just like, damn, they're doing it.
Come on.
You guys was doing it.
Can't wait to be back, man.
That part. You guys in touch places that a lot of folks haven't touched or want to touch, you know? So I commend y'all for that. That's just hard.
We're fortunate, bro. We work hard, but we're also fortunate. And, you know, sometimes what they say, like luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So for us, it's all about staying prepared. Yeah. And I try to do that through like working out, reading, meditating. I put working on my craft, you know, daily. I put a lot of work into this stuff too, you know.
That part. And you guys take every opportunity and take full advantage of it.
Off top.
So why don't you let my audience know before we get up out of here where they can find you, all your socials, the band socials. Let them have it.
Yeah. First off, I just want to say Seattle music is real, man.
Yes,
Shout out everybody involved in the movement. I see y'all moving, and I really love how y'all like hustle. You don't ask for handouts, and you just let the work speak for itself. So that's why I'm sitting here today, is because you are a testament to what the community can build, especially if you have to do it independently. So respect to y'all, and Seattle music is real. For us, you can find us at Marshall Law Band, me at Marshall Hugh, and then at Fremont Fridays on everything. And you can chat GBT us. We're going to pop up.
And with that being said, y'all done tuned into this latest episode of Seattle Music is Real Talk with your boy Mari Bass One, my main man Marshall Hugh, the front man of the Marshall Law Band. And before we get out of here, you all know my favorite saying, Seattle Music is Real Talk. Seattle Music is real. This ain't a game. It's a movement. Gone.
Seattle Music is Real Talk.